What's going on, everybody? It has been a nasty, bloody Monday out here in these markets. This weekend was not kind to the crypto world. So we're going to be taking a look at the charts, kind of seeing if there's any, maybe Fibonacci ranges or support and resistance ranges that are in play here, and seeing if maybe the computers are just kind of taking over the markets, or, what's going on? Is there anything macro level that's kind of, happening? We're going to be taking a look at that and more here on today's Monday Market Update, brought to you by our friends over at Comdex.one, building a decentralized exchange for synthetic assets through the Cosmos SDK. But we're going to be getting into that and more, so stay tuned, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Monday Market Update here on CoinLogic TV, where we are looking logically at crypto assets. I am your host, The Logical Dude, your favorite van life living, crypto investing digital nomad. Hope you guys are doing well today. Man, it is nasty out there today. We're looking at a little over a 2.3% drop overall in the total market. So, when you look at that, it doesn't look too terribly bad, but still, that's a pretty nasty drop for, over a $2 trillion market at this point. So Bitcoin took some major hit. It is down to $40,000, ranging under that $40,500 range. We've got Ethereum down to $3,000, just hovering right around the $3,000 range. And Tether's Tether, we got BNB down to $400, USDC coins, USDC coin. XRP's down to 70 cents. Solana's down to 102. Terra's down to $86. Cardano is down to 95 cents. And Avalanche is down to 76 cents. So it depends on how you look at this. This is really bad time, or it's a complete fire sale for your favorite cryptos. We're going to be taking a look at the markets and see if it's a good time to kind of start looking to get in if you're wanting to scalp some bottoms. Or maybe you just kind of need to hold out, sit in some stable coins, wait, earn some interest on those stable coins while you're waiting on these markets to kind of finish doing what they're doing. Not financial advice, but, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Anyway, we have got our top 10 by volume. We've got Tether, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC coin, Binance Dollar. We've got XRP, Terra Luna, Solana, STEPN, and Dogecoin. Our top 10 gainers of the day is STEPN. Not sure what that is, but 8.9% gain for the day. You guys are the best in the top 100. Good job, because the rest of it is all stable coins. All right, and then we got our top 10 losers of the top 100. Some big drops today in humans.ai, 21.28% drop. Thorchain down 15.72%. We got Fractshare down 13.6%. Theta Network is down 13%. Mina Protocol is down 12.8%. Synthetics is down 12.4. Theta Fuel's down 12.3. Airweave is down 12.2. Filecoin's down 11.9. Engine Coin's down 11.74. So top 100, not looking good. We're all double digits, in a lot of these cases. We're coming down here, the Fear and Greed Index. And man, look at that. That is absolutely nasty. We are down to a 32 on the Fear and Greed Index level. That just shows you the market sentiment's really negative around Bitcoin right now, I guess. And then we are down in the strong sell signals. Let's actually go and take a look at that real quick. You can click on where it says BTC USD, and it brings you over here to Tribal Dex. Not Tribal Dex. That's for Hive stuff. I was looking at that earlier. Trading View. It actually will take you through some of this. I guess I'll have to accept the cookies to get this out of the way here. So our oscillators are showing a sell. Moving averages are showing a strong sell. And you can kind of come down here and see what oscillators are showing what. So we've got our relative strength index is down to a 37, not quite oversold level yet, so it still has some room to drop down. We got our stochastics that are down. Yeah, so we got our moving averages that are showing huge strong sell signals here. So it tells you what is doing what here. All right. So if you want to get really deep down in the nitty gritty of that, all you have to do is click this BTC USD and it will take you right to what we were just looking at. But if you want to go and just look at some charts, we got charts for you right here. All right, so you're going to see, and we're going to zoom out a little bit, that we are hitting some pretty strong levels of support and resistance here. And we've come over here and we turn on our Fibonacci's here. Let's try to get a little room here. We'll go from the bottom to the top of this run here. Oh, we just pinged the 0.5. Look at that. I mean, it is like, computers are doing stuff. It's like, hey, look at that. I mean, you couldn't almost get any more pin perfect than that. As far as hitting that 0.5% Fibonacci retracement, if we go down to the 61.8, hitting that golden pocket level, you can see, look at that major line of support and resistance here. There was a lot of volume at this level here in recent times. And then if we go back, we can kind of see that, those are some pretty strong levels there. So, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that we got more downside to go, or are we going to start to try to consolidate and pivot from here? Because we still have not hit a lower low. We're still printing higher lows right now. So that is definitely a good thing. If we come over here and let's go pop on some RSI action. We saw earlier, just a second ago, that we were sitting around the 37 mark. So that's where we're sitting here. So we're not quite to oversold territory yet. We still do have some room to run down, which tells me that we could hit this golden pocket area here, the 61.8, between the 78.6 and the 61.8. We really want to sit at the 61.8. We don't want to go any further than that because we're going to be risking popping into some lower low action, which would take the downtrend down even further. But based on where the RSI is now, we could go further like that, but I don't think we're going to drop into that kind of bearish territory. So, I don't know. I can just take the data as it comes because you never know what's going to happen in these crazy markets. But you see over the past weekend here, because this is the daily time frame, that it just was not very kind this weekend. Just was not looking very nice. But if we wait a day or two, kind of see, what's going to happen. If we're going to drop any lower, you might be able to come down here and pick up some Bitcoin around that $39,000, $38,000 level. That could be a nice place to scoop up some Bitcoin. Let's come over here and just take a look at the Bitcoin 1 minute and 1 hour chart. This is like the super low time frames. So you can see that it looks like in the 1 minute we are consolidating, kind of finding a little bit of a bottom here, at this $40,000 range. Now, if we come and look at the 1 hour, we got a pretty nasty little downtrend coming here. And hopefully, if the 1 minute can turn around, we can start to see some stop action here. And we did see, let's see if here we can kind of, there we go. You can see that we had this candle here in the, not this hour, but last hour, that came down to the 40,000 around 234 range, but it popped back up. And it looks like we may be finding some consolidation because you look, our 1 minute is actually starting to pull up. Well, nope, never mind. I'm wrong. It's going down again. You never can tell with Bitcoin. But coming down here to our 1 day and 1 week, looking more mid to long term range here, we saw earlier that we are down to that, to a pretty significant level on the Fibonacci's. So, and as far as our support and resistance, we could drop down one more level around to this 38 level here. That would bring our weekly down. And hopefully, let's actually go back up to our main chart and let's jump over here to our weekly time frame. All right, and let's take a look with the fibs turned on. Still here at the 0.5. If we drop down into this area here, it still technically doesn't hit lower lows if we drop down to the 78.6 because of the wicks down. But if you went from bottoms of the candles, yeah, that definitely would not be looking good here. But you can see here on the weekly time frame that our 14-week moving average is actually starting to level off, and the RSI is kind of leveling off too. So we could be kind of finding a place in this area to kind of sit and chill and then go back up. So it may not be all terrible, all doom and gloom, just right now. It just sucks. It just looks horrible. So Yeah, you can see here on our 1 minute, we're starting to kind of track back up a little bit. Hopefully we can find some leveling off here on the 1 hour and the 1 day. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on things. We're going to come down here, look at the CoinLogic index. We're pretty rough, taking some pretty major hits in a lot of our tokens here. So Cosmos is down to $25. BNB, like I said, is at 400. Pancake Swap went all the way up to $9 or over $9 and is back down into that $7 range. Osmosis has been taking a big hit over the last few days, down in 650 range. Hadn't seen it down that low in a while. Juno's absolutely taking a crap right now. It's really sad to see, because I really want it to pump back up so that I can sell it. But it is what it is. Secret is down below $5 again. Hive is taking a poop back down to 86. Stargaze is down to 14 cents. Everything's just hurting, man. Comdex is 108. Now, Emanate's actually doing pretty well. It is down over 8% over the last 24 hours, but for our investment, it's actually still up quite a bit. So, but we just need some relief. We need some relief in these markets. Generally, though, when we see really nasty red days like this, the next few days hopefully are going to be kind of a little bit more of an uptrend, even if we are in this consolidation range for a while. Is what it is, guys. Unless you have got billions of dollars to go throwing around, you have no control over these markets, man. So you just kind of, pat up your butt, tuck your head and just gotta go for it. Just gotta roll with it, play your game smart though. Stablecoins are great. HBD, Hive Back Dollar, just introduced 20% APR in the Layer 1 savings wallet. There's no crazy DeFi or anything that you got to deal with. So there is that. All right. Moving on along, jumping into this macro research from our friends over here at Comdex, building their decentralized synthetic assets exchange. Actually, you know what? Let's go take a look at that real quick. So this is a quick little shot of the exchange here. This is the swap area. So this is where you can come in and take your Comdex testnet tokens. So you can actually get those by going to faucet.comdex.one. Now I did a little video because there have been some bugs in that system. If you do have a problem getting your testnet tokens, if you get an error, then you can go into their Discord chat, and then there's a request faucet channel. Go and put your testnet address in, and then eventually they will manually send you some tokens for you to mess around with. So, but anyway, here on the exchange, right now, this is their DevNet exchange. So this is, it is a little buggy, especially in the borrow area. There are some bugs going on in the borrow area, but they are aware of some things, and we got, there's a ton of people testing this out. But you can come and play with it as well. But eventually what is going to be at play on there, when they go live on mainnet, you are going to be able to swap your Comdex tokens, and there's going to be other ones that you're going to be able to swap as well eventually, into gold, silver, or oil. So what these C assets are representations of these assets. So the price feeds are brought in from the band protocol, so it allows you to be able to trade on these commodities. So right now they are introducing these 3 commodities. That's what they're going to be launching with right now. So you can come in here if you want to invest in gold, silver, or oil, and you don't have the means to be able to take possession of those items, and say, you got a bunch of crypto and you want to buy up some gold to kind of, hedge your bet, but you don't want to take possession of a lot of physical gold or silver or something, especially you don't want to take possession of a bunch of barrels of oil, then you can trade these C assets, and basically you're just holding a synthetic version. Basically, it's the same thing as like trading GLD or SLV on the stock markets. It's just a paper version of it. It's a derivative, if you will. So these are synthetic derivatives, in other words. So, but it just makes it really simple for you to come in here and you can actually just swap. Not much to it. You come in here, you want to say, okay, I want to buy some, some gold, or if I want to swap for some silver, I can absolutely do that, so we can exchange 100 Comdex for 3.55 ounces of silver. You want to buy a barrel, you want to invest in some oil if you think oil is going to go up again. You can come in here and invest in a piece of a barrel of oil. You don't have to buy the full amount either. You can come and buy fractional amounts. So it allows anybody with any amount of money to come in and be able to participate in these larger global markets, like these commodity markets. So let's go and take a look real quick back over here at CoinLogic, and we're going to look at some of these markets. So real quick, let's take a look at the indices and kind of see where we're looking at. So overall, you can see we're starting a bit of a downtrend on the major indices here. So we did have this big downtrend, a breakout, pump back up, but it's coming back down to test support. So we can see that we've got a pretty big line of support here that we are coming down and retesting, but we are starting to form, kind of a larger downtrend. So if we take a look back, like say at the 5-year, it looks like we've kind of peaked and we're coming back down, and it's, pretty significant. The NASDAQ and the DJI, which is the Dow Jones Industrial, basically follow the same pattern as the S&P. It's pretty much all the same stuff. The Japanese markets have been looking rough for a long time. German markets, same kind of situation, had that big V recovery, but wasn't enough to be able to come up past these highs here. So we're forming a downtrend in these global equities markets. Now, your Great Britain has actually index has actually popped back up to the same levels that it was at before, but starting to lose momentum. You can see in the price there without looking at any indicators or anything like that. That's what it's looking like to me. So let's come over here real quick and let's look at these futures. All right, so let's look at some gold futures here. We're at 1945 for gold. So gold's been ranging above 1900 for quite a while now. After this huge pump up after Russia and Ukraine started going at it, then it has actually been finding a fair market value here of around 1945. Silver is sitting around 24.8. Been pushing that 25 level. We did have a bit more of a dip down than gold did here with silver. And you can see we've got this clear little falling wedge pattern, which is one of my favorite patterns to trade, actually. So this is actually looking like silver could have a possible breakout here in the future. So be looking for that. So hopefully when Comdex's mainnet exchange comes out and is ready to go, we can trade on some silver, man. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Taking a look at crude oil, kind of looks like silver. So, not financial advice, but if you can get into these markets, man, this is, those are some juicy looking little falling wedges to me, and generally those things like to break up and out. But you got to pay attention, especially with these, larger economic markets, and especially with commodities, on what's going on the global stage. All right. So we can take a look at natural gas is actually kind of, finding a little bit of a downward. So maybe we hit like a little spot here, but it's got a little down tick going on today. Corn still rising. Food costs are rising. Wheat has actually dropped back down and is starting to look up. It actually looks pretty similar to gold and silver, so you can see kind of what that's looking like there. So wheat is down a little bit right now, but is ticking back to the upside. Soybeans are, doing what soybeans do. So we had a little bit of a downtick. Looks like a V-shaped kind of recovery and is looking like we're going up and up. So food costs are not looking great, guys. As you can see, the base, food commodities are rising. The prices are rising. So, and the problem is, many people's incomes are not going in the same direction. You're already starting to see a lot of these food shortage riots going on out in, out east, like in China and even down in like South America. I think it was in Peru is what I saw. Without looking at, actual news stories, I can't know for sure. But there are food riots going on right now. China and like Shanghai, they've been locked down for days at this point. Can't go out and get food. It's almost like the CCP is trying to starve their people or something like that. So, yeah, but, all of our politicians are, let's go China, Nah, dude, they're starving their people. If that's what you guys are wanting, then we're going to let y'all have that. But the people that are smart, people like myself, I've actually been pulling out of some of my assets and buying up food, buying up emergency food, buying up food that can sit and last, rice, beans, things like that, because we're going into a food shortage here, guys. Prices, as you can see, the prices of food are rising. Gas is rising. Yeah, crude oil did take a little bit of a dip back down, but gas prices have not fallen to start, very much at all. They've started to come down, like maybe 5-10 cents here and there, but like where I'm at, we're hanging out around $4.30 a gallon right now for gas. That's still ridiculous, man. That's still way too high for me to be able to get out and do any kind of physical work, which is fine. I don't want to earn US dollars anyway. I want to keep earning crypto because the US dollar is worth garbage. Well, actually, it is kind of worth $1 right now per se, because if we look over at the DXY, if we scroll down here, let's go and check the DXY. Look at the dollar index. One reason that it's not available on TradingView. What? Maybe I just can't. Maybe take a look at that one. Yeah, there we go. So the dollar index is actually up to like $1 at this point. So this is something that when the dollar value is rising up, you are going to see a downtrend in a lot of the other assets because people are pushing into the dollar. But you can kind of historically see what happens, and especially if we kind of move. Oh, I am on the weekly here on the macro. All right, so if you kind of look and see what is going on here, and this is the dollar index value basically against a basket of currencies that pairs and basically backs the dollar at this point. As you can see here, we're actually hitting some really strong resistance in the dollar, so hopefully we're getting a top out here in the dollar and our assets are going to start rising again, because you can see historically what happens when it hits this range. It's going to take a dip back down. So I think that's got something to do with some of these technicals and things that are going on with the markets, because as you can see, it's not just the crypto market that's taking a dip. It's the overall global markets as well, except for, again, like I said, your commodities. Your commodities are actually going up and going through the roof. So if you are betting on, food going up, then you're doing pretty well. So while the rest of us are actually having problems actually affording food. So it is what it is. So that's what's going on the macro levels today. Eventually, we're going to be able to trade these markets on the Commodites exchange. So really excited about that, and the things to come with all these different innovations that are coming out on blockchain. Like I said, these markets are not reflecting what's going on as far as development and all the different things that are going on out there. Yeah, there's regulation coming and that kind of thing, but maybe that might be for the best to just kind of get it to where we can just drive the markets and drive innovation further. If you are into true decentralized projects, Bitcoin, things like Hive, stuff that can't be, like an address, you can't be subpoenaed for things, that's what you want. You want these true decentralized platforms that the governments really can't get into. Yeah, they can regulate your off ramps, your on ramps, and that kind of thing, like your centralized exchanges, but they can't control what you do person to person and what happens on the network, that kind of thing. So something to think about. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this Monday market update. You guys have a great rest of your day. Be cool, be real, always abide. Peace out.